ಹೋಗೋದಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರು ಕೇಳಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಕೇಳಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು
ಇದು ಯಾವ್ದಿದೆ ಸರ್? ನೋಡಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಐತೆ ಸರ್ ನಂದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿ ವಿಡಿಯೋ.
ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಶೇರಿಂಗ್
ಬಂತಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಐತೆ.
Hello, Dhanashree madam.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, madam. We will start within 2-3 minutes, madam.
Okay.
Welcome you, madam.
So I have sent my PPT to Shashikala ma'am and
Madam. Madam.
Uma.
I have, madam.
Okay.
I have.
Yes. So please share from your side. That will be much convenient. Yesterday it was better.
ಸುಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಾಗಿ
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಅದೇ
Good morning. A warm welcome to one and all. I am Dr. Hemavati KN. Welcome all the freshers, undergraduate students from our institute as well as from Karnataka and across the state for 2 days national level workshop on the topic Ecofeminism and Self-Reliant and Kitchen Gardening, a motivational speech under Women Empowerment Cell. I would like to start this workshop by a quote. This is not just another day for you. This is yet another chance to make your dreams come true. I am sure that with this workshop, our institute will inspire and encourage you to reach your goals. Women empowerment is the ability of women to enjoy her right to control and benefit from the resources, assets, income and our own time. Today, we are happy to be in this program as the resource persons are doing a tremendous work in their respective fields and have achieved success. Now, I request Srimati Shashikala Sharwad Madam to welcome our dignitaries and participants. Over to you, madam.
Thank you, Dr. Hema Madam. Good morning to you all. It's always said that simple living and high learning increases our thinking abilities. By thinking once, knowledge increases too. And as we all know, it's the knowledge that makes a person great. I, Srimati Shishkla Sharawat, convener of Empowerment Cell, would like to welcome you all for second day workshop on kitchen gardening and virtual trip to terrace garden. First of all, I would like to welcome today's resource person, Dr. Dhanashree Patil, Madam. Welcome you, Madam. And Pramila Bhattase, Madam, I welcome you also, Madam. On behalf of our principal and our SKA College and HSK Institute Parivar, I heartily welcome our principal, Dr. Uma Narle, Madam. I also welcome IQAC coordinator, colleagues, students, and supporting staff with all other participants who are gracing this workshop. Once again, I welcome you all. Thank you, one and all.
Now it's time to start with the session 1 on kitchen gardening. Madam, shall we start now, madam? Dhanashree Patil, madam.
Hello. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Shall we start?
Yes, madam. Shall I share the screen or shall I share the PPT later?
Yes, yes. I will just speak for 5 minutes and then we will share the PPT.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Welcome you all again on the second day of this national workshop, very enthusiastically organized by Women Empowerment Cell of KLE Societies, SK Arts College and HSK Science Institute of Hubballi. So thank you very much on behalf of my college, myself, and the organization under which we work for greening and mobilizing the society, people, students, youth, women for worshipping Mother Earth, we say. We call ourselves green soldiers. And we believe that it is very necessary to connect and develop the green bonds for worshipping Mother Earth, which will be finally useful for mankind as well as humankind. So we call it a Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. When we will start greening around ourselves in the era of concretization, global warming, carbon is increasing, all these pollution causes, they have one solution. And very nicely your IWD cell, we call it as a WDC cell, Women Development Cell. I think yours is a Women Empowerment Cell. So women are definitely empowered through such a green bonds as well as green works, green tasks in a small way as well as on larger scales. We have come across many women. Yesterday I talked about the ecofeminism. So we saw, I would like to revise that Dr. Vandana Shiva, Rachel Carson, she started actual environmental movement. Then Vandana Shiva, an illiterate lady who is called as a seed mother. She is Raibai Popre from Akola district, which is a drought region actually, but very confidently she has motivated thousands of women in conserving the traditional seed methods, seed conservation methods as well as farming methods. So this is very big work. If we compare it with the university projects, with the with our DST projects, that is equivalent and more than that, I would like to say. So I also mentioned BIF-like organization and very well supporting Mangrove Foundation. The women are rowing the boats for conserving, and they are fighting, we can say, for conservation of a mangrove like rare ecosystem. So all of us, I would like to congratulate your IQ WDC Women Development Cell Coordinator, Dr. Shashikala Sherwad Madam, as well as Dr. Uma Nerle Madam, who approached me and asked about organizing such a. So usually people think kitchen gardening is a very small aspect, but nowadays if you calculate and made the statistical analysis, we are running this course for last 15 years in Kolhapur, and now expanded our branches at Kagal and under Gardens Club also, and our trained force, trained green force, trained green soldiers number is increasing, and through which we are getting connected with the world, I can say. So such a nice potential it is having. It includes chemistry, it has physics within itself, everything, multidisciplinary aspect it is. And now this is the era where definitely a lot of greening is required. Carbon percentage is increasing. We are fighting with the COVID situations now, and they are the these agriculture as well as gardening, as well as vegetable growing, medicinal plant conservation, all these are getting proved very effective methods of sustainable development. Henceforth, while choosing the careers also, we have to think about all these green projects, which are very much essential to be conserved and worked upon. And when we came across, you might have heard about the Friday for Future. Recently, a very young lady, Greta Thunberg, she is motivating all the students. She is asking the question to the elders that why should I go to the school when the world is not going to exist in future due to the global warming, the temperature will increase. We saw Australia and at many corners of the world, the forest fires are occurring because the temperature is growing, the care is not taken, people are getting too much commercialized, industrialization increased. But I think this is the time somewhere people have realized. 20 years back when I was doing my biopesticide work, people used to say, no, biopesticides, biofertilizers, they are not necessary. But now people, there is a lot of awareness created by people like Vandana Shiva. She says, don't go for oil, save the soil. Such many workers, they have contributed their small and big work and proved the world and motivated the world. The world has started realizing the power of organics, power of the traditional methods, conservation of natural resources. When we think about or we listen to such a Greta Thunberg, she very confidently speaks everywhere with all the leaders and everything. So a small girl of 17 years old, 18 years old, she is asking the world about the future of the kids. And the same thing we have to ask ourselves. Now in this conference, many students are involved, many women are involved. So women is the definitely empowered gender, I would like to say, and sensitive, sensible gender also, because we immediately accept these facts. Instead of going for only commercialization, we have to realize the sustainable aspects, the sustainable future of the generations. And considering this, we have started at, instead of blaming the government, instead of blaming the society and other things, we have to start from ourselves. Okay, as Gandhiji says, don't be greedy. Whatever is necessary to fulfill our needs, apart from that, don't go for much and more. So this unnecessary commercialization has disturbed the natural resources very badly. If we consider the Sahyadri, what we call as the Western Ghats, which is one of the hotspot of biodiversity, it is a rich treasure, we have to say. Sahyadri is 400 years old, more than the Himachala. So its biodiversity is that much rich. It is conserving so many endemic species. For example, we are recently studying the wetland biodiversity. So while studying the wetlands, we found that many small plants around the wetlands, like phyllanthus species, they are very small. Guyavala, we call it, phyllanthus species. So phyllanthus having potential to cure the diseases like hepatitis B, hepatitis C, which has no medicine in allopathy as well as other branches, though very much advanced medical field is. So if we will lose such a important species, rare species from the Western Ghats, we will that will be a big loss. Sometime we will realize that this plant is very important as Tinospora cordifolia nowadays. It is a national medicinal plant, declared as a national medicinal plant, which is plentifully available in our backyards. So we have to adopt its cultivation and grow it through our kitchen gardens. So kitchen garden is very beautiful concept. I would like to define it as it is the most beautiful way of land beautification. It is the scientific way of biodiversity conservation. It adds very pleasant fragrances to your kitchen. It can provide so many good aspects like kadi patta, what we say, muraya, konigi leaves. Many spices can be grown in the kitchen garden, and that gives a
conference attend ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ ಒಂದು.
Excuse, mics should be muted, please. So many medicinal plants can be grown in your kitchen garden, so it can be called as a laboratory around your home. If you are not today, Dr. Pramila Batasi is going to show you her terrace garden. So we cannot give the reasons, I don't have a time, I don't have a space. The passion is important. If you have a passion, many of our colleagues, they are growing the rice and wheat in their gardens also. So you can do anything. Composting is the basic aspect. I would like to share the PPT. Will you please start my PPT?
Yes, ma'am.
So it is a very short PPT. Today's actual work will be done by Pramila. She is a very good gardener, best gardener we can say. Apart from her responsibilities of the industry, she also runs the industry. She is a chemistry person, but very systematically and with a proper discipline, she grows many things. You will see that. I will not talk much about that. So kitchen garden for safe food is titled. Why kitchen garden? I will speak just on why kitchen garden. So giving the reference of Rachel Carson. Rachel Carson, in 1962, she has written a very beautiful book, Silent Spring. All of you must read it, I would like to say. And she has covered so many things. Similarly, Vandana Shiva has written Stolen Harvest. How our harvests are so stolen by the commercial, economical world. And they tell us that soybean is very powerful. And we think that our dal is not having anything. So such economical world politics, we can say, or world economics, it tells us false stories, and we run behind the unnecessary modernization or westernization, we can say. So instead of that, understand your gardens, and they are the best laboratories to motivate yourself to live happily also without any stress. So kitchen garden definition, it has a very wide scope, I would like to say. Next slide. Next slide. So why kitchen garden? So one simple definition will be, or the answer will be, for the safe food. Okay. So in Marathi also I have mentioned, परसबाग धरतीला सुंदर बनवण्याचा सृजनशील मार्ग, स्वयंपाकघरी सुगंध पसरवणारा आरोग्यपूर्वक मार्ग, कचरा व्यवस्थापनाचा शास्त्रीय उपाय, विषमुक्त अन्न मिळवण्याचा सुरक्षित मार्ग आणि तणावमुक्त जीवनाचा आनंदी मार्ग, ज्याद्वारे प्रदूषण कमी करण्याचा जागतिक उद्दिष्ट सोप्या पद्धतीने साध्य करता येईल. So I would like to say kitchen garden is a creative way of land beautification, healthy way for kitchen fragrances, scientific solution of waste management, and safest way of poison-free food availability, stress-free way of happy life to achieve global goals of pollution minimization. So this is the perfect definition I would like to define about kitchen garden. So don't think it is just a hobby. It is the full of scientific aspects. You, your kids, your friends can learn so many good things from the kitchen garden. So it is a big science. There full life you can learn about beautifying your kitchen garden, and through very small balconies, windows also, people have started growing vitamins, growing vegetables, growing flowers. They are inviting the very variety of butterflies from Western Ghat to their balconies by growing the butterfly plant. So many such aspects has to be learned. If the small space very well systematically, if it is designed properly, layout designing also we teach through our courses. You can see the best example of Pramila's terrace garden. So you can grow variety. Kitchen garden is not only the kitchen related product development in your garden, but you can grow the flowers, you can grow the climbers, which will all green things. They are carbon minimizing aspects. So carbon minimization is one of the objective of kitchen garden. Okay, nowadays we hear about the carbon credits. The city which will be having maximum kitchen gardens, maximum beautiful gardens around their homes, they will definitely minimize the carbon pollution and they will increase the carbon credits of their city. So such a big national objective we can fulfill through the kitchen garden development. We have given the title Self-Reliant Kitchen Garden. Your kitchen garden doesn't require any costly material. Okay, the soil also should not be borrowed or bought from the other sources or from the river sides. You can develop your own soil, that is the growing material, from the composting method. So we are having 400 and more women trained in Kolhapur who are very smartly doing their kitchen gardening by doing their own composting. Their gardens are full of flowers, vegetables. On terraces also they can grow guavas, dragon fruits. So many such pictures are available. We are having short time. In collaboration with your institute, we will be happy to start a 3 months online course also. So it will be a big motivation. Many of you must be doing the gardening. If you give a scientific and systematic, disciplined way to that, you can get a lot of happiness as well as so many things. Next slide, please. So that is the kitchen garden. You can define it in your own way. Okay. Very serious answer to the why kitchen gardening, because a worldwide survey has given the pesticide induced disease, Alzheimer's. The people, old age people, they start in old age now. At early ages also people start forgetting the thing. So it damages, pesticides, they directly damage your nervous system. Asthma like diseases, your lungs are getting weaker. COVID can be the susceptible people. They are actually they have lost their immunity. Birth defects, because I yesterday explained the concept of biomagnification. The pesticides, when they enter the water bodies, when they go to the fishes, to the birds, to the animals, their concentration starts increasing in ppm. Most of you are science people also. So ppm parts per mole. So that concentration goes on increasing. When it comes to the human, which is at the top of the food chain, it gets much and more concentrated and it harms the nucleus. And we know the nucleus carries the chromosome which are taken to the next generation also. Not only this generation, but the next generation also gets affected, as the hereditary characters are related with the chromosomes. Cancer is nothing but the unlimited growth of cells. When nucleus gets harmed with the pesticides, No other tool can enter till the nucleus. But these pesticides, they directly damage the nucleus. And when nucleus starts misbehaving, these diseases like cancer, diabetes, learning disabilities, Parkinson, reproductive rate will also get decreased. It is getting decreased. In future, there may be the question of less population also, young generations, if they will be weaker. So always we see there are the warnings written on the pesticides. They are nothing but the mere poisons. So this is the answer for why kitchen gardening. If you go for kitchen gardening, 60% of our vegetables, if you decide 100% of your vegetables can be grown organically without use of any pesticide. If you don't use pesticide, butterflies, bees, they will happily grow around your cell, or their number will increase, which are very good pollinating agents also. And pollination increases the crop production. Directly, indirectly, you will help to empower your nation as well as the green world. Next slide, please. Okay, so this is about the silent spring. One of my role model, Rachel Carson, and I would like all the women empower cell. It it may be, if it is not in your library, please buy it. It is translated in Marathi also. I don't know whether it is translated in Kannada, but Silent Spring, literature wise also, it is very nicely written book by Rachel Carson, and the story of pesticides and how it harms, that is really dangerous. So do you also eat these with that mask on? While spraying, in the picture you can show very nice cartoon, Ahmed. If the farmer has to use the mask, then sorry, how can we eat that? So definitely it is a poison. So it is very important that the food should be without pesticides. Next slide. Next slide. Directly you can consume it through the vegetables, or indirectly it can come to you through the food chains. As Rachel Carson, she found it in the bones of the birds which were died at the lake. So from where they reach directly, the pesticides were not directly to the. Am I audible? The message was there that meeting was muted.
Yes,
So
madam. Yes.
some steps are given here how Pramila can explain much better in her lecture. Composting is the first important aspect. 70% of the garbage which is produced daily from your kitchen or from your home is decomposable. So science people, they must be knowing the fungi as well as bacteria like rhizobia, they can compost, or they can decompose the organic matter into very good compost. Then next aspect is it should be very well planned and sustainably landscaped. So with the features like architects design the house, you can design your kitchen garden. Which plant, where it should be cultivated, the smaller in the front, the color combination, it should be also beautiful. There are aesthetics also. So sustainable landscaping is another important aspect. Of course, in such a short time, we cannot cover all the aspects. Yesterday, Deepali shown that within the terrarium, within just a 10 inches glass, she arranged the things very systematically. So every plant was visible and the things were beautifully arranged. So space management is also important. There should be a specific distance between two plants. You can arrange them near one another in the screening, in the borders. So that space management also should be considered while designing the kitchen garden. Companion cultivation. This is also very nice aspect. We have a big separate lectures on this companion cultivation. When the plants like leguminous plants, which produce the legumes, they are having the root nodules on their roots. If you grow the gram plant or fenugreek plant near your roses, naturally the rose plant will get the nourishment, and the water which is provided, or the these green vegetables also get the nourishment. So these are the companion plants. They support each other. Such a companion cultivation is also one more very important aspect. We can grow along the, if you grow the Tagetes, Chandu, what we call, it absorbs the viruses or nematodes from the soil. So such a some list of plant is there. Then you should use biopesticides and biofertilizers compulsory. No chemicals should be added in the soil. So chemistry people also now they are doing the research on green chemistry. So this is also chemistry, but these are the organic parts. So organic products should be used. Otherwise, there'll be no insects, no butterflies in your garden, no birds will come there. That means by pesticides, they will be repellent for all the microorganisms as well as the living organisms in your garden. So it should, your garden should have a mobility also. Next. Next slide, please. So this is about the composting. Reduce, recycle, reuse. You all must be hearing about that. But doing composting is very interesting process, as well as that is very important also. So many of our green girls or green soldiers, they prepare the Jivamrut, which is from cow dung, cow urine, and it is having a specific simple method with which you can grow the rhizobial culture. The trichoderma cultures are available nowadays, or it is not necessary always to bring the cultures from outside or buy them. A banyan best soil, any soil, it will be having the basic decomposing material. Next. Okay. So sustainable landscaping, I said. So when we talk about the sustainable landscaping, space availability should be considered. There should be maximum sunlight. When you are doing the composting, it should not be in sunlight, because bacteria, they will not grow in heavy sunlight. Water management is important, because nobody will allow you to waste water. Other people, they will think that you are wasting the water in for your garden. So proper water management should be also done. Okay. Then hardscape and softscape are important aspects. There should be some pots, some borders, some your fencing. So that can be called as a hardscape. But maximum of your garden should get covered with the softscape. For fencing also, you should go for the green plants instead of wire, cement, and rocks. Softscape comes, that is all the green material. That is lawn like ground cover, the climbers, trees, arboretum, all these are come under the softscape, as well as this aesthetic should be considered. So next slide, please. So I would like to give the example, as we are talking about the empowerment. Our women, women are definitely having the ability to very passionately do work. So Naina Saloke is one of our gardening course student. She has decomposed the sanitary napkins very well, and the compost made from that is called as a bold meal compost. Okay, so such a many aspects are there nowadays. You can get the information on internet, but doing it on your own and training the others is the real empowerment, I would like to say. So from which you can also earn. Yesterday, next slide, saw the terraria. So you can start a shop in which you can sell the terrarium instead of bouquets, or instead of mementos. For many conferences, we give the terrariums, which is symbol of ecosystem. So such a many innovative aspects and ideas you can implement. So biofertilizers and biopesticides, it is also again a very big topic. So my work is about biopesticides and Acacia consciana, and many other soap nuts can be used as a biopesticides instead of spraying the roger as an insecticide, or instead of spraying many heavy metals in your garden or in your farms. So you have to go for this biofertilizers. There are so many trainings now the government is also giving under different schemes. Dashaparani Arka, 10 plants from your area which are not getting infected, like tulsi, neem. So many plants are there in your area, particularly you will be having some different plants. So they can be fermented and that water can be sprayed because they are having the phyto compounds or polyphenols are there which have natural ability to fight against the pests. So you can try that. Fungicides, Acorus calamus, a rhizome powder can be best fungicide. So you can find out so many such a plant-based as well as bacteria or microorganism based like Trichoderma, Metarhizium, and use as a pesticide instead of using the chemicals directly to your soil. Next. So recently, this COVID situation we enjoyed actually through these online communications. So traditional food wisdom was one of the aspects. So I have covered it here. So my guide, PhD guide, she works on the cucurbits. So these are some of the plants which can add a nutritive components, nutritive aspects, cucurbits basically, the pumpkin, bottle gourd, bitter gourd, all of they are having their own biochemistry which can enrich your food. They can provide good vitamins and we can grow very easily on the trailers, on the walls of our garden. Okay, so seeds should be conserved for this season. Seed bank development are other aspects about this vegetable cultivation in the kitchen garden. So you have to learn that from your grannies, mothers. Okay, so that knowledge should be taken from one generation to another generation. So very nice lecture was given about the cucurbits, their uses. All these gourds, they are very important and can be easily grown if you take a small care and grow them on compost. Next. So I'm just going through the slides. One more other aspect our these green soldiers work upon, that these small mango-like fruits are there. Such many local fruits are available. We are ignoring them. We are adopting the dragon fruits and kiwis and other exotic fruits. They are not bad, I would say, but some flowers like this hibiscus flower as well as this clitoria flower, blue flower you can see, they are very good health tonics, and we can grow many soft drink like what we say sarbats or syrups can be prepared just by putting them in boiled water, adding a lemon as well as orange juice. And she's Megha who is giving the demonstration of how to make the syrup from the hibiscus flower, which are very good for health also. You can see the roots of clitoria, this blue flower is good against piles, headache, mouth ulcer, ringworms, etc. So these are such many flowers, edible flowers. They may be there around yourselves. Many are there. The moringa flowers also they provide very good vegetable. So vegetables can be obtained from such a floral organs also. So this traditional knowledge should be conserved and you can grow, you can utilize them in your garden. Otherwise you will go for medicine outside and the solution is there in your garden. So many gardens, kitchen gardens can provide solutions to many such problems. Next. So they are the best way of health management also. As in Marathi, Ajibaisa Batwa, our grandma's pouch used to exist in every home in ancient days. Those traditional products should be conserved. Now Ayurveda is again in boom. So you can see these are some list of plants. You can enrich the list with your knowledge again. Tulsi, that is Ocimum sanctum, Gulbaksha, Mirabilis jalapa, Prajakta, lemongrass, Parijatak, lemongrass, ginger, turmeric, moringa, gawa. Gawa leaves also are boiled as a green tea, amla. So many such products are there which you can easily grow in your kitchen garden. Not necessary every time. If you are having a terrace, you can grow moringa on it. Instead of waiting for the fruits, you can grow, consume the leaves. You can put it in your curries. You can make a vegetable of that leaf. So many such ideas are shared to the one group we are having, that is traditional food wisdom. So many these things are there. Pramila will talk about the microgreens in brief also. Nowadays, in small cups also, they are growing the microgreens. Fenugreek seeds, palak seeds, spinaches. Pocket gardens are developed from some of our students. Balcony gardens are there. Floating gardens, they grow on the baskets also, which are floating over the water surface. It looks beautiful, as well as it is helpful for the space management. So the modern shrinking backyards should not be the problem for development of kitchen garden. You can see the bonsai. We also give demonstration and lecture on the bonsai, which is just 3 inches or 2 inches pot, and in which, if you properly manage the soil, manage the water, and trim the plant for proper sunlight receiving, then a small pot also can give fruits to you. So there shouldn't be a reason why I can't do kitchen gardening. Kitchen gardening can be the best way. So bonsai is another word which is having a very big scope, or we can say it is an opportunity for the youngsters. So they are very costly, and as the space is minimizing, the bonsai are getting a lot of scope. We have attended the convention only for bonsai in Japan, China. So they are the $1 million economical transactions takes place within 4 days of such a convention. So you can search on the net. So there are so many such a green skills through which you can beautify your terrace garden, your windows, your homes. And for the young generation, I would like to advise to look at it as a good opportunity for career development also. Next slide. So thank you very much. This is our traditional plant. There are so many traditional plants. Again, there are challenges that you should go and conserve for your local plants. Don't just go on buying. 80% of our nurseries, they are having the exotic or foreign plant. So that is also one more challenge. So all these aspects should be very seriously taken, and we can contribute to empower our nation or empower the world, we can say, with the green things, so that we can minimize the carbon dioxide and pollution and the toxic components from our soil, air, and water, and we can go for better future. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We have to think about the whole world, not only ourselves. And India has a potential, green potential, we can say. We can provide so many good things in form of herbal medicines, in form of vegetables, in form of microgreens, in form of food, which is a secured food, nutritious food. So that is the challenge for us. So thank you very much. I will stop here. Thank you very much again, Dr. Shashikala Madam, Sherwade Madam, and Dr. Uma Madam, for giving the opportunity to talk us about such an innovative aspect. Now we will hand over to Pramila, and when we again summarize about the empowerment, this will be the real empowerment, women empowerment, along with the empowerment of sustainable nature conservation. Thank you very much again, and let us see Pramila's garden and her talk about the kitchen garden. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Dhanashree.
Thank you, madam, for sharing your valuable words. Now, I request Srimati Rupa Madam to introduce our second resource person, Dr. Parimala Bhattas.
Good morning to all. I, Srimati Rupa Ogrankar, feel immense pleasure to introduce our guest, Dr. Mrs. Pramila Sunil Bhattase. Dr. Mrs. Pramila Sunil Bhattase has PhD in chemistry from Pune University. She has published around 25 research papers in national and international journals. She has 10 years of teaching experience at Garhwal College, Pune and Shivaji University at Kolhapur. She is a director of Samartha Foundry Service, Kolhapur, and has served for 20 years. She has planted 200 fruit plants on totally barren land near Hatharangange for 10 years duration. She has also cultivated organic mangoes in 6 different varieties. Kesar, Goa, Mankur are some among them. She has terrace garden from last 10 years. She has delivered lectures on different aspects of gardening, composting for GC, Ramat and Vasundhara groups. Dr. Pramila has own composting unit on her terrace from past 10 years. She has tried and was successful in grafting experiments on flowering plants like hibiscus, adenium and shaffa in her own garden and grafted 5 different varieties of mangoes on single plant. She has also tried and got success in cross pollination experiments in hibiscus, which resulted in new variety of the same. Dr. Pramila Madam wished to work on social awareness programs related to composting and garbage management for Clear City. Madam, I welcome you. Over to you, Madam.
Thank you, Madam. Now it's time to start with the session 2 on demonstration virtual trip to terrace garden. Madam, shall we start now, Madam?
Yeah, sure.
ఏంటిదంతా బేటగా ఇట్రా
Hello?
ఇట్రా ఇడికి
Yeah, sure.
Madam, you can start now, Madam.
Am I audible?
అందరు ముందా
Yes, madam.
Yes. Okay.
డెరికగా అంటుంది అప్పటి నుంచి
Sure. Good afternoon, everybody. Am I audible to you? Please
Yes,
let me
yes,
know.
Yes,
Pramila.
ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I would like to thank you, organizers, for giving me an opportunity to present myself in front of all of you, and that too in my favorite topic, terrace garden. So I'll start with my topic. It's a terrace garden. Dhanashree ma'am already introduced my garden in her speech, and I'm very much thankful. First of all, she is my inspiration. So, and she is there now. I'll start, ma'am. I have arranged today's topic in 4 different points. I will be proceeding by this way. First, I will show you glimpses of my garden, some glimpses. Then some successful experiments of grafting and cross-pollination, as ma'am mentioned in my introduction. Then some technical aspects of terrace gardening. And finally, we'll have virtual tours in the garden. So these are glimpses of garden. The first, it's a view of my terrace garden. It is seated at 5th floor of an apartment. You can see. This is a layout. I'm trying to show you a layout of garden. When one has to start with gardening on terrace, of course, if it is in the construction stage, if you have your own place and you are building constructing a building, at that time, if you think for gardening, then the slab should be built in that way to bear very heavy load of gardening. But I am staying in an apartment and I do not have that chance for slab. So this ready-made terrace I bought from the builder, and later on I thought for gardening. So in this layout, you can say there is not a single plant kept at the center of the terrace, just because of load bearing capacity of the slab is taken into consideration. No heavy pots are used, no rockery, no waterfall is made in my terrace garden, just to avoid that heavy load. Whatever plants are there, they are in pots or very little bays are there, and they are kept along with the line of wall, because load bearing capacity at the wall is more just because of beam, if you know. Anyway, so it's the layout, and you can see the stands are fabricated for that, where those pots are kept. It is serving two purposes. First is the cleanliness of the terrace can be maintained, and second thing, whenever we are keeping pot and plant, so watering is there every day, and terrace should not remain wet for longer time. Two reasons: seepage of water can be happen, and there are leakage in home. So to avoid that, it should be kept dry, and that can be done easily with using this stand. Easily drain of water is there. And second thing, many times if we observe roots of some plants, they just come out of the pot and they go penetrating. Even concrete slabs are broken and penetrated by such a root. So to avoid that, use of fabricated stand is essential in terrace gardening. That is what I feel. Okay, this is again a part of layout only. So here you can see lantana plants. Those are planted in a bay. It's a little bay which was constructed before my gardening, and this is again near a wall, if you can see. So this is a bay, 1.5 feet height is there, and lantana and these flowering plants are there in the same bay. So such a type of base you can construct, but they should be along with the wall only and not at the center if it is a ready terrace used. Everywhere on a terrace, you might have seen beams coming along with the construction from bottom of the building. These are beams, and this is also a beam. Usually all beams are cut at this stage along with the wall of terrace, and they are left there. But I use the same beam. This is again a beam. Instead of cutting it here, we have elevated to some height, 9 to 10 feet height is there, and these two beams are elevated and used for a place for my swing. Otherwise, I would have constructed a fabricated stand, heavy stand, and added a load. So to avoid that, this is best use of the beam available on terrace during the construction time. So this is swing hanging to the beam. A little roof is added with the help of slab. And this is a highlighter tree. I mean, it's a plumeria tree, just one single big tree in my terrace. But that is not that much. It's just 4 to 5 feet height is there. This is one more bay I have constructed is for lawn, and it is just 8 inches height is there, single brick is used, and this real lawn is there for last 10 years. Before putting soil for a lawn or even in that lantana bay, waterproofing is done. Thorough waterproofing is necessary while putting soil directly onto this base to avoid leakages and penetration of roots and damaging the plant. Second thing I can highlight you. Okay, shade net is used here. So these are the walls just 4 feet height, and sometimes there are very heavy wind flow to the terrace. Even some storms are there, and they will damage my pots or even plants. So to avoid that, to break that heavy wind flow, these shade nets are used, and they are supported by a fabrication stand which was constructed at the wall. So this is another half part of this of my terrace, and it is common terrace of an apartment. But my neighbors are kind enough to allow me to do this plantation, and this is kitchen gardening section of my terrace. So I wanted to highlight here use of waste material. Dhanashree ma'am already explained. It is not necessary every time you can use very costly pots and all those things. Nothing doing. These are just 20-liter plastic cans cut vertically in 2 halves, and this serves as a bay for my green leafy vegetables. This much height is also sufficient because to grow leafy vegetables, just 6 inches height of soil is sufficient. And so these trays are serving me very well, very good manner for all leafy vegetables. Waste thermocol boxes, they are also used for growing kitchen garden. So instead of throwing them to the dustbin, it is better best use of waste material. This is all about leafy vegetable. When we come for cabbage and flowers and little bit heavy, so they need more height of soil. And so these are again syntax tank type material. 1 feet height trays are there, which are used for this plantation. So use of this pots, this same tray or this bigger tray, whatever, I am avoiding direct contact of soil to the slab. There are water drain holes are provided for these trays, and that easily goes away. Sorry. Okay, this is just a snap of spinach grown in the same tray. Can was cut into half, and this is the way vegetables can grow on the terrace. This is plastic bag, and it was waste plastic bag from kitchen. Many times we can use as a it provides very big surface, volume of soil. So we can plant onion and other vegetables, other plants in such a bag. There is use of waste for the best. And second thing, I am avoiding weight of pot everywhere. So it is literally weightless, but serve for me better. And whenever season ends, I can just remove that soil, keep it for drying, and this place will be totally empty at the time. So this is advantage of using such a plastic bags or grow bags in garden. These are again plastic bags. We can get it easily in nursery. 12 to 15 inches bags are there, and they are more than sufficient for brinjals and tomatoes. Last year's photograph is this. Okay. You can see tomatoes are there. Brinjals are yet to come here. Same thing, brinjals, green chilies, and capsicum. So this same bag can give you a very good crop, whatever you can. Okay, these are my grafting experience on plumeria tree. The tree I have shown you while showing my swing. So that is a single tree with this white flowered single tree, and I have grafted this light pink, dark pink, and two more are there. One is dark red, Rani color Marathi we used to call, and then one more yellow branch is there. So all 5 in 1. These are successful grafting experience in my terrace, and I'm very proudly showing you this. Another successful grafting, hibiscus. This is a single plant in a pot. Original plant is white colored flower, and this pink and red, these are the grafted varieties on this same. You can see in another one hibiscus, there is pink and orange color hibiscus, multi-petal flower is there. So this is grafted on this plant and a successful grafting. One more is adenium, white and pink on the same adenium. This is graft. So this is very pleasant experiments, and it keeps me engaged all the time in my garden. Cross-pollination experiments. I have heard about pollination in one lecture by Dr. Gaikwad sir from Sangli. And then I started trying this pollination experiment in my garden. So I use 2 contrast coloring flowers. Suppose pink and red. This is the combination used for this flower. First, the success of pollination is indicated by a fruit on hibiscus plant. So this is the fruit. There is one more, and after getting it mature, it just breaks like this, and these are the hibiscus seeds. Even I have seen this for the first time in my garden only. So these are hibiscus seeds, velvet-like structure. When they were grown, different various experiments were done on that. Success rate for this cross-pollination is just 20%, what I can say. And later on again, all these seeds, everybody will not germinate, that germination percentage again differs. But at the end, I have got these 3 flowers, totally new variety, not available in market, and that is in my garden. So this is pink one with yellow tinge at the edges, you can see. This is light yellow color, and pink color is just sprinkled over here. In photograph, I cannot get it very clear, but it's the yellow color, it is just sprinkled here. So original colors used for cross-pollination was yellow and pink. And this is again, it's a multipetal pink flower and yellow, but the yellow color in this multipetal remains at the bottom of this petal, downside of the petal, and pink. Flower appears pink, but if you turn it down, upside down, then it becomes, it reflects in various ways, depending on the dominance of that color. Which is dominant color, that will appear as a major. Here pink is dominant, here we can say yellow is dominant, so pink is just sprinkled. And here is again a pink is dominant color, yellow is there, it appears there, but that is just, the bud is complete yellow for this, but the bloom flower looks pink. These are orchids on my terrace garden, and these orchids, they are wild orchids. They are hanged to the plumeria plant again. In every June, I get this flowering, and it lasts for at least 1 month. This is just a flower arrangement. Whenever we think for flower arrangement, everybody runs to the florist, and we are thinking only for rose and gerberas and orchids. They should be used for flower arrangement. Not necessarily. If you have your own garden and very simple flowers, vinca, which are available on 360 days and 24/7 in garden. So they can be used in a good manner, and it is very beautiful arrangement. There are many more. Just an example, I have shown you this arrangement. This is white color, again astagar we call in Marathi. Okay, very simple flowers, beautiful arrangement, and that is outcome of our own flowers available anytime. This is all about the glimpses. Now, why terrace garden, or what are I'm comparing terrace garden with a ground garden, I can say. So what are advantages for terrace garden? Anybody can have the same advantages, not only me. So first is the space utilization. Unless you use terrace for something, they are just empty spaces lying in the city, and we are getting heated inside the home. So it is better to use our terraces for cultivation of garden, for kitchen garden, for anything, and that will automatically maintain the temperature in the house during summer season. Second thing, I am adding a beauty to nature, and obviously carbon credit and oxygen and all those things are again there with gardening. But unless gardening, the terrace spaces are unutilized and they are wasted. So it is a very good space utilization, very good summer temperature maintenance for my home. One more thing, this problem of stray dogs, rats and mice and flower pickers in the morning, all these problems do not bother me in my terrace garden just because I am on 5th floor. Then through kitchen garden in the terrace, I am getting healthy, fresh and enriched food material every day available for my cooking. So this is health benefit, direct health benefit. Then benefit of full sunlight. Whenever there are flowering plants in ground garden, many other people, they are complaining they won't get flowers, sufficient flowers, because sometimes they are getting just morning sunlight or just evening sunlight, and other times a shadow of their own home. So no shadow in the terrace garden, and so whenever you come to my terrace garden, it's full of flowering, variety of flowers, and abundant flowers are there just because of natural sunlight getting to the plants. Having your own composting unit, any garden, of course, not only on terrace garden, but in own garden, having a own composting unit. So good quality home compost is available for my plants. I need not buy it from market. Even I need not buy a soil or bring a soil from outside. So that is created with this composting in same garden. Garbage, I am not adding my garbage burden to municipal corporation of my city. I am utilizing all kitchen waste and a garden waste for this composting and keeping my city clean from my side. So gardening itself is a physical exercise also. Many of you have the same experience. It's a very good physical exercise by working in your own garden. And one more benefit is there. It is very good meditation to be in your garden. So it is a mental benefit, a physical benefit, exercise and meditation. Working in a garden itself is an exercise as well as it's a meditation. In the evening time or night time, my terrace garden can be converted into very beautiful family garden restaurant where I can share quality time with my family members, with my friends and with my relatives. So some technical aspects for gardening, terrace gardening. Some of them I explained you while showing you the layout of my garden, but I'll just repeat those points. For your own construction, slab can be designed for heavy loads. If it's a ready terrace available, then make a layout first, construct some beds according to the layout, then fit tiles on terrace. Okay, it's a very important part of it. If one has to convert a terrace into terrace garden, then tiling on the terrace is must, and not only just for cleanliness, and then for leakage, to avoid leakage, tiles are must. So selection of the tiles, color and texture is important factor. Color of the tile, you can select any attractive color which you like, but keep in mind the absorption and reflection of sunlight, it's a property of color. How much color, how much intensity of light is absorbed, that depends on the extent of color. Light colors reflect more and dark color absorbs more. So you have to balance in between. Too much reflecting tile will not allow to sit on terrace at this afternoon time or sun when there is a sun. So your eyes will be blinked by that reflection. And if it is too dark, it will avoid reflection, but those will be getting heated in summertime. So in between, the balance should be there. And texture, I'm saying about they should be anti-skid, because every day there is a contact of water for plants, and then some soil will be lying here and there. So they should not become sliding tiles. So texture is important. Tiles should be used anti-skid tiles. It is for our safety while working and while growing in the garden. Okay. Waterproofing is must where we are using direct soil in the base. Fabrication work, stands, climber supports, and shade net. If climbers, there are no climbers in my garden because I haven't built supports for them. But if anybody wants, then climber supports and shade net supports and this fabricated stands, those should be considered before starting a garden. This is just a picture of waterproofing to the bay. So this is special type of fabric used for waterproofing. It's a roll, and they are just spraying this roll onto the terrace, and this fabric is pasted with the this is epoxy resin they are using for good quality waterproofing. So this bay finally becomes a basket of fiber. Fiber, it's like a fiber basket, very tough, and it is good proven at least for 10 years. I haven't seen any leakage from my terrace. So this direct lawn or bay, this waterproofing is very essential part. And this is my family garden restaurant picture at the night time. I have shown you. I'm showing you. So it's a quality time sharing, very pleasant atmosphere can be created. No need to go into a restaurant with friends and families. Our get-togethers are usually there in this place, and it's very pleasant. And thank you very much. With this much presentation, these are
Madam, orchid photo, please.
Proceed.
Can you please show the orchid photo, please?
Orchid photo. Okay. Just a minute. Yeah, these are orchids. This is Sitechiveni, and this is one wild orchid. Okay, it's very common but wild variety. This one I have got it from Dandeli, and this is from Assam. Just few years back, I have visited Assam, and one of my friends given me this from Assam.
And madam,
but it is available around Kolhapur also. No problem. Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Can you put your phone number, please, on the chats?
Pardon?
Your phone number, mobile number, please. Can you just post it on the group?
Yeah. My presentation is not over, ma'am. We are going for virtual trip. But you can write it down. 77 98 92 52 13.
Can you repeat?
77 98 92 52 13.
Thank you so much.
Okay. I just I may require few.
मॅडम
Hello.
आम्ही कोल्हापूरला आल्यावर तुमच्याकडे येऊ शकतो का?
Yeah, sure. Most welcome, ma'am.
मी
Most welcome.
कोल्हापूरचीच आहे. माझं माहेर
Yes,
कोल्हापूरचं
yes.
आहे.
Yes, sure, ma'am. Most
Thank you.
welcome. Okay. Okay. Question answer session will be there. I will back to this screen again. Okay. First we'll go for virtual trip. Okay. Give me few minutes to connect to my mobile and we'll proceed for my garden. Okay.
Okay, madam. Okay, madam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am.
Hello, am I audible to you?
Yes, madam.
Hello.
Yes, madam. Audible.
Hello, everybody.
Yes, madam.
Okay. Welcome to my garden. Actually, it's a way to my garden. And you can see this is just a common passage of a building. Okay. And there are.
Madam, video is not visible.
Kept over there. Video is not visible. Okay.
Yes.
Just a minute.
Can I have a
This is
little loud?
now. Is it visible now?
No, ma'am.
Not yet.
But audio
It was visible for a second.
Audio is low, ma'am.
little.
Hello.
Yes, now it is visible.
Okay, yes, thank you. Okay. Welcome to my it's a way to my terrace garden. You can see indoor plants are kept here just to protect them from bright sunlight at the terrace, and it is serving beautification purpose of this way to my terrace garden. Hope it is visible and audible.
Yes, visible and audible both.
Visible, madam.
Yes, thank you.
Your video is disturbing, ma'am, in between.
Yes, I will see the backbone of the garden. Where literally lovely plants and very
Video is not there, ma'am.
for daily garbage is kept here from garden and from kitchen, and this is mixed 2-3 days later. I will mix this. I am using bacterial culture for this, and that is waste decomposer culture. Then I am shifting this total garbage into another container. So this is Am I audible? Hello? Okay, okay.
But the
If
video
not,
is
please, if not, please tell me. Okay. This is 200 liter barrel and it is converted into a composting bin. So you can see there is a PVC pipe cut into two vertically cutted PVC pipes, and these two PVC pipe pieces are fitted here. One is here and another is in opposite direction. And this entire barrel is kept on this frame and rested on the wheels attached here. These are nylon wheels and they are just used to rotate. These wheels will help me while rotating this barrel. After putting a compost here and addition of culture, this is very easy for mixing the entire compost here. So I can very easily one can rotate it. I will show you. So after several rotations, this will get mixed thoroughly. And you can see the compost inside. It is a halfway decomposed. So at least twice or thrice in a week, I have to rotate it like this and get it mixed. If sometimes I observe it very dry, then I will add some culture more or sprinkle some water. And if it is a reverse way, then I have to use dry leaves or some other dry garbage to maintain the moisture balance. Okay, the technical aspects is again for composting is another topic, and now I can't explain all that thing. But this is the compost ready now. But one has to sieve this first, and then this is kept for drying here, and this is sieved sample. I can show you. This is used for plantation directly. It's a very good home compost. It is very rich in contents because in kitchen, whatever we use, variety of fruits and variety of vegetables, those fruit peels are very rich in phosphate contents and potassium contents, and those phosphate and potassium I'm supplying to my plants, and they are becoming healthy and healthy day by day. So that is all about composting. We'll proceed to my kitchen garden section. First thing, let me clear whatever glimpses of kitchen garden I have shown to you on my laptop or PowerPoint presentation. That exact picture is not there today. Garden is a live entity and it goes on changing every day. So some of that picture is that day when was the photograph was clicked. That was the scene. Today it is different. As you know, there was heavy rain in the end of October. So whatever vegetables were planted in September end as usual, but they were totally destroyed by that rain. And again, I have to restart for vegetables. So few of them are just there. I can show you. So this is all about the terrace garden. This is ginger, if you know, and it is now ready for harvesting. I want to highlight you this thing. This is the container, plastic container, which I mentioned for leafy vegetables. The coriander is there, and these are onions. I will show. Okay, this is also onion, and I would like to mention it is a leftover in the kitchen. When you bring some onions, they are just pending in the kitchen, and
Voice is not audible, ma'am.
many times we observe that the leaves are arising and then we throw it away. So instead of throwing, just put them in a container and they will give you again fresh leaves. I know this much leaves, these onion leaves, they are not sufficient in my kitchen for make me the sabji what I used to call, but they are sufficient enough to garnish variety of dishes in my kitchen, like garnishing flavoring of soup, garnishing of other brinjal mash, bangan bharta, with garnishing of salad, For that purpose, this much leaves are sufficient and they are easily available to me anytime with no cost. I haven't bought any seed for this, but just the waste onions, which when you throw in a dustbin, so instead of put it in soil bin, and they will again give you something very nice. This is same example here. Okay, I will put it again. This is very small onion. Yesterday only I bought a onion leaf for vegetables. So upper part is cut and used for today's yesterday's cooking. And this we will throw in a garbage. But don't throw it. Just put it in soil. It will again grow and give you very good leaves again. So these two are the things from leftover in the kitchen. So, okay, these are brinjals and these are the plastic bags I am using nowadays. One thing you will notice, this is just half-filled plastic bag. The reason behind this half-filled bag is this is very small sampling. This much soil height is enough for it. But when just a minute. But after growing it, when it will be at flowering stage, one has to add more compost for its nourishment, and at that time I will use the space instead of removing this soil. First time I will just go on adding fresh compost to this, and finally that will fill, and they will grow again. These are tomatoes, you can see in the same bag. Okay, very beautiful experiment for the first time in my garden. Besides flowers, I am trying grafting for these vegetable plants also. Let me focus on that. Okay, that is a brinjal plant. You can see the height is more than 5 feet height, brinjal plant. But that brinjal plant is a wild variety. Those fruits will be just cherry tomato size and they are of no use. So I have done the grafting of our own brinjal, which we use daily in our food. So that branch is grafted on the wild varieties, and you can taking care, these new leaves arising should be plucked and removed. Only this branch should grow. Now I have kept these another branches. This is again a failed experiment. This graft does not succeed. This is I'm waiting for it. This is again a fail. So success rate here itself is just 25%. 1, 2, 3 fail and 1 is successful. It's okay. Now I will use another branches for another. Again, within these two, there are two different varieties of brinjals. White and purple color brinjals I am using. So this is another plant. You can see three graftings are there. 1, 2, and 3. Now this is a flowering stage. This is again flowering, and entire plant is plucked now. Okay, I have to remove this. So I'm very happy to see these flowers here, and whatever in flowers I am doing, that is useful and successful in this brinjal. This wild plant, it grows up, height is very high, 5 feet height, and it lasts for at least 4-5 years, what I have heard. Now I have to maintain it, how much it can survive, or I will report it to you. Hello. Huh. Okay, besides this, there are tomato and other familiar plants to you. These all are seasonal vegetable section, but some permanent plants are there for our kitchen, like curry leaves plant. Those 2 plants are sufficient for my entire family, and they are there in the same pot for last 10 years. Of course, repotting is done. So it's sufficient for my family. Then there is a lemongrass. Okay, there are 4 different varieties of sweet potatoes in my garden. So they are thermocol boxes. I am using waste thermocol boxes. Even though they are broken, I have tied them with a rope and I am using the same for planting these sweet potatoes. Sweet potato is a crop which matures after 5 months. So there is no point for 5 months, entire 5 months, I'm watering them, and how much at the max 2 kg, 3 kg sweet potato I will get. But more than that, I am using their leaves. If you search on net, you can get easily get. It is a wild variety. Again. Sweet potato itself is a wild thing. Their leaves are beneficial to us in different ways. They are having anti-inflammatory properties. They are blood sugar regulators, and many more advantages are there. So I am using their leaves day-to-day basis in my kitchen, and that is why they are there. Not for only the sweet potato I am getting, that is good. But besides that, I am using the leaves. So not necessarily everything everything planted they should give you fruits only and all those. Their leaves are themselves very essential, like onion. This much can I use, I have told you. This is a very new variety in our Maharashtra. Its local name is Nakupi in Manipur, and it's same as garlic, but by taste and smell and properties. Only difference is there is no garlic inside the soil. It is just a leafy herb they are using in their diet. So I have brought it from Manipur. From one of my friends has given me this, and using these leaves as a itself as a veg, fresh veg, like in salads and soups, and I'm using this in many more Maharashtrian dishes. There is a few plants are there. Some are lying there from grandma's pouch. Brahmi is there for which is essential for hair texture and hair health. Adulsa is there, which is very helpful in cough and cold to making its extract. Then this is Panfuti in Marathi. Dhanashree ma'am will tell his botanical name. Aloe vera and many more are there. Besides this, some exotic herbs. This comes under exotic herb only itself. Rest of the ornamental adenium and this is ornamental lemon. All these things. Some succulents are kept here. And I think at the end of kitchen garden, I would like to show you my micro garden section. So this is a total place which is under shade, and I am growing my microgreens here. Most of you or many of you must be knowing about microgreens. What are microgreens? So I will not explain much about microgreens, but they are very nutritious and healthy for our diet. These are mustard microgreens. This much height of the tray is sufficient, and soil height is even not 1 inch fully. A ½ inch or less than that soil is sufficient to grow these beautiful microgreens. There are several advantages of having microgreens in our diet. So they are heart regulating. I mean, heart diseases and Alzheimer's disease can be regulated with the help of these microgreens because they are containing polyphenols. Secondly, they are rich in antioxidants and which are helping to reduce our pollution effect or pollutant effect to our body can be reduced by antioxidants. And these microgreens are very helpful, and they are immunity booster. Immunity booster, yes, we know. During COVID situation, everybody was talking about immunity, and then go to medical shop and then bring some tablets for vitamin, multivitamin. But these are natural tablets we are eating. We are not using any fertilizer, any pesticide. It's very short-term crop. 5 days is Dhanashree ma'am told some of our members have grown rice and wheat on the terraces. But don't get disappointed even if you can. But you can grow rice, you can grow wheat. As a gavankur, what we used to say, a gavankur is nothing but our microgreens, different variety of microgreens. This is mustard seed. Okay. These are ova. Dhanashree ma'am, please tell what is ova. Ajwain, it's ajwain. Okay. This is aliu in Hindi or in Marathi, and mainly crisis we can say. So using variety and different microgreens, we can add many type of vitamins and all the essential things in our diet. Microgreens should not be cooked; they are just used raw as it is. Like we use our coriander. So another way of growing microgreens. This is fenugreek seeds I have added. It's a vessel containing water, and I'm trying to grow this without soil. So soilless microgreen also can be grown and used in our kitchen. So this need not require at all a terrace or a garden space available. You can keep all these things in your kitchen window or even on dining table. At the time of Navratri in Maharashtra, there is a tradition of that Durga Puja, and there is always for 10 days there is a symbolic pratisthapana of Durga Puja where 7 different types of seeds are sowed and they are grown. So that is a symbol of our diet. Actually, that has to be used in diet. Those are microgreens only. From ancient times we are using, but we are not giving them a name like microgreens. And that's all about microgreens. Now we'll go to the next half part of our terrace garden. I have shown you the total layout of this garden in my first clip. This is that bay where lantana is planted. This lantana beautifies my garden. All the time it is full with flowers. Every time variety of flowers is there. But it is more important, it's a main attraction for butterflies to come in my garden. So this is a part for butterflies, reserved for butterflies. And then this is just a bay, and other things are also kept there. Okay, but main attraction for butterflies. This is sagar in Marathi, now not in flowering stage, but this plant is dedicated to the larvae of mormon, common mormon and blue mormon in my garden. Whenever in August or September, many larvae will come here. They will eat entire plant just within 2-3 days, and then they will further metamorphosis arises and butterflies. It is totally again different experiment. My son is very much expert in there. He has several times we used to protect them. We shift this plant along with larvae in the balcony because birds can catch them, and we used to protect. And okay, it's enjoyable journey for to observe the butterflies to arise of their metamorphosis stage. These are again flowering plants here. Not separate section is done, but they are just kept mixing. You can see roses also. Other seasonal plants are there. Here, okay. This is hibiscus view. I have 16 different colored hibiscus in my garden. Some of them may not have flower today, but okay, total I have 16 colors. This is that famous plumeria plant with 5 different color of grafts on it. Just in last week, I have pruned it. Of course, those grafts are not pruned. You can see. Okay, you can focus on this. Yeah, this is a graft here. It's yellow color graft and just pruned, so you cannot see now. Just within 1.5 months, it will be bloomed with entire tender leaves on it, and March, April, it's the flowering season. So this is another graft here. You can see one more still tied here. This is also a graft here. And orchids. Okay, these are flower sticks, not yet removed. Now I have removed their cover of protection, but it's a question of 1 month. They will shelter. This is another orchid, Chitechiveni. It's a stick for the flower. Okay. Actually, my terrace is not too much suitable for orchids because they need lot of humidity. But some sprinklers are fitted here with drip irrigation to my garden, and due to this sprinkler, I maintained the humid atmosphere here, and these orchids are survived. This is a bay for ficus. The main purpose behind this ficus plantation, you can see entire wall. It's a green wall is constructed. Opposite direction, there is an apartment and terrace. And so just to protect or just to maintain a privacy from other people, this green wall is made, live and green wall, which give me total protection for my terrace from others. So total privacy on the terrace can be maintained through this wall. Now,
Excuse me, madam.
okay, this Euphorbia, see, many Euphorbia plants are there, a different size, same red color, but this size, variety of sizes are available. Pink and 4 types of red flowers are there according to their size. Some adeniums you can see, and all these flowering plants, you know name of them, but they are arranged, but around the pillar again, and center is kept empty.
Excuse me, madam. Can you just tell
Yes.
That big one
Yes.
plants you said that is for the privacy. That you
Pardon, ma'am?
that big plants you said no, that is for the privacy. You have kept it for the other people in the apartment.
Yes, green wall that is constructed for the privacy. It is an apartment, okay, nearby also.
Plants in what you have put it in a big
ficus. They are ficus. Ficus.
Sorry. Hello.
Okay. This is a lawn bay. This lawn is there for last 10 years and very maintained in good condition, what I can say. Facing the entire sunlight there, entire monsoon rains and all the natural calamities, but it's there. Here some shade is available for some time of the day, and then I have planted different coleus because so they are protected by the shade. Okay, I would like to mention this. This is the hibiscus tree, and fortunately, all 3 flowers are there today. You can see the red one. These are white and pink at the backside. It is a white colored plant. This is a red graft. The grafting was here in between. So all these branches. Sorry. This is red side, red color graft here, and this another one is pink. So this is pink. This is red branch. This is white plant, and rest of white you can see. So all 3 varieties are there, and this is giving flowers for last 5 years. It's successful. Okay, rest you can see. I'm just the beginner in bonsais, and I have kept some bonsais. the bonsai point of view, my master will not allow me to keep this bonsais in any exhibition. But still, okay, for my garden, it is my exhibition. And this is 5-year-old jade plant maintained in the same same pot. And it is just because of our Suniti Deshmukh ma'am, who used to teach us bonsai in very well mannered way. This is a banyan tree, 20 years old, and I'm maintaining it for last 20 years. This is there. When I planted, it was just 2 inches height. Now it has grown, and I am maintaining the height. Okay, this is one more hobby, to plant anything in this coconut shell. So don't throw it. It is very good pot for any plant. This adenium, it's flowering for last 2 years. It is 3.5-year-old adenium plant, maintained in the same coconut shell. But now I think it's high time to remove it from this, and I have to give him some big shelter for this plant. But okay, it looks beautiful. My favorite plant. And see flowers. Okay. I think it's okay. I think it's enough. Now you can have a view. Yes,
Madam. Hello.
Pratik. Hi, I'll shift here now. Okay, my presentation is over. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, my presentation is over, ma'am, and I'm very sorry if I have exceeded time in explaining all these things. But now, okay, I think there is no end without thanking Dr. Shashikala ma'am, Dr. Shevare ma'am, Dr. Uma ma'am for giving me this opportunity. And last but not least, Dr. Dhanashree ma'am, who taught me to do all these things in my garden and to present it very nicely. Last sentence I would like to mention, this is many of you might have seen it several times. Many of you might have your own gardens. Besides my chemistry and my profession, it is totally different, but I'm busy. Most of the time I used to be in my garden, and all these experiments and these grafting things give me a lot of joy. This is just because of I am a farmer's daughter, and I'm very proud of my father.
Excuse me, please. Can we just have
Okay, mine is over, ma'am.
Dr. Pramila ji?
Yes, ma'am.
Request, can I have that staircase clip again? Because that one, when you started.
Okay, staircase total clip you wanted to see?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes. Like to see the hello. Am I audible?
Okay, staircase.
Yes.
Yeah, you are audible. You wanted to see the staircase clip again?
Yes.
Okay, I'll show you.
Yeah.
Okay. There is I'll try to show it again. Okay.
Hello, ma'am. Hello.
Yes. Yeah. He's showing my son. Is
Hello,
showing
ma'am.
me. Yes.
मॅम मला विचारायचं होतं की ते जे तुम्ही बटरफ्लायजला अट्रॅक्ट करण्यासाठी जी फुलझाडं लावली होती ना, त्यांचं नाव मला मराठीमध्ये कळेल का कोणतं आहे?
घाणेरी, मराठीत घाणेरी ऍक्च्युली, पण ही घाणेरी आपण जे बघतो ती वाईल्ड व्हरायटी, ही थोडीशी नर्सरीवाली.
ओके. आणि ते ग्रीन कलरचं ग्रीन वॉल तुम्ही बनवलं होतं त्या प्लांटचं कळेल?
फायकस आहे ते. ते छान असं डेंट वाढतं, कट करून तुम्ही ते शेप मध्ये ठेवू शकता आणि खूप छान इफेक्ट तुम्हाला दिसला असेल की बाजूची विजिबिलिटी. हॅलो,
छोट्या पॉट्स मध्ये वगैरे पण लावू शकतो का तेवढं?
हो, हे पॉट मध्येच आहे आता.
कशात लावलाय बेसिकली?
पॅडन मॅडम,
लावलंय ते कशात लावलंय? मोठ्या 20 लिटरच्या
पॉट आहेत ते, पॉट आहेत. मी नंतर हायलाइट करून दाखवते तुम्हाला. सिमेंट पॉट्स आहेत ते, साधारण 1.5 फूट हाईट आहे त्या पॉट्सची. आयाती मोठे पॉट्स असतात ना त्याच्यात. आणि एक इव्हन त्या 2 फुटी कुंडीत पण आहे, 1.5 फूट 22 इंच वगैरे असेल ती कुंडी त्याच्यात.
त्या प्लांट नाव काय?
फायकस.
फायटन स्पेलिंग? फायटर. थँक्यू मॅम.
आणि मॅम मला एक विचारायचं होतं की हॅलो मॅम, एकंदरीतच गार्डनसाठी वॉटर मॅनेजमेंट कसं करावं? म्हणजे जर डायरेक्ट एक्सपोजर असेल, सन एक्सपोजर, तर त्याला सर्व प्लांट्सला एकाच पद्धतीने एकाच वेळेला पाणी द्यावं की पूर्ण दिवसामध्ये कसं मॅनेज करावं?
नाही, टेरेसला बाकीचे सगळे रूल बाजूला ठेवायला लागतात. ॲडेनियम सारख्या प्लांटला सुद्धा टेरेसवर रोज पाणी घालावं लागतं.
ओके.
फक्त मग त्याचं सॉइल मिक्सचर आपण मेंटेन करावं. आता मी इथं ड्रीप इरिगेशन केलेलं आहे माझ्याकडे सगळीकडे, आणि ड्रीपच्या बाबतीत ठीक आहे, मी ड्रिपर साईज थोडी व्हॅरी करू शकते किंवा मोठ्या पॉट्स मध्ये 2 ड्रिपर सोडू शकते, छोट्या ह्याच्यात 1 सोडू शकते. पण त्याच्या पलीकडे जाऊन कधी कधी ते ड्रिपचं पाणी मग सबगुड 12% ते जास्त होतं. अशा वेळी पॉटिंग मिक्सचर मॅटर्स. तुम्हाला ज्या प्लांट्सला पाणी कमी हवं असतं त्याचं मुळात पॉटिंग मिक्सचर असं ठेवा की ड्रिपनी वरनं कितीही पाणी सोडू त्याचा निचरा होत राहील. कारण पावसाळ्यात पण ते काय, पावसाळ्यात आता उन्हाळ्यात मी कमी पाणी घालेन, पावसाळ्यात मी कुठं कुठं झाकणार ही सगळी झाडं. तर मग पॉटिंग मिक्सचर आपण ते कंट्रोल करू शकतो.
बरोबर. ओके. आणि मग ड्रिपिंग तुम्ही दिवसभरामधून किती वेळा ते?
आता त्याला कसं टायमर वगैरे सगळ्या डिव्हाइसेस आता येतात की ऑटो टायमर सेट केलेला आहे. त्याचं एक माझ्या मोबाईलला त्याची लिंक आहे. जर ऑटो टायमरच्या वेळी सपोज लाईट नसेल आणि ते सुरू झालं नाही वगैरे, तर मग मी जिथं कुठं असेल बाहेरून मी तिथून पण माझ्या झाडांना पाणी घालू.
अच्छा. आणि मॅम, आता आमचं ऑलरेडी टेरेस गार्डन आहे, पण हे ड्रिपिंग सिस्टम मला अशी काही लिंक मिळेल का की कुठे इन्स्टॉलेशन करून मिळेल?
नाही, हे जरासं अवघड आहे. आता मी राहते कोल्हापूरमध्ये, मी कोरोचीतून एक ड्रिपवाला पकडून आणला होता, त्याच्याकडनं हे सगळं करून घेतलं. तो थोडा वैतागलेला, कारण त्यांना शेतात सरळ 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 ड्रिप लाईन आणण्याची सवय झालेली असते आणि मग इथे जराशे कंटाळतात. पण असं थोडं हाताशी धरून साधारण हे ड्रिपची जी दुकानं आहेत, ड्रिप विकणारी, तिथं जाऊन त्यांच्याकडे थोडं रिक्वेस्ट केली, एखादा माणूस आम्हाला 2 दिवसासाठी द्या, तर तो येऊ शकतो.
ठीक आहे. मग त्यांना काही आपल्याला सेपरेट इन्स्ट्रक्शन्स द्यावे लागतात का की ते माणसांना?
नाही, त्यांना दाखवून आपण पहिली गोष्ट ड्रिपच्या लॅटरल वगैरे ह्या तर कॉमन येतात आणि मग ड्रिपर साईज वेगळी असते. ते पर आवर किती लिटर पाणी सोडेल ड्रिपर ह्याच्यावर. मग मोठ्या कुंड्यांसाठी ती मोठी ड्रिपर साईज, छोट्यांसाठी छोटी. फक्त त्या ह्याच्यामध्ये आपण कुंड्यांच्या जागा खूप बदलू शकत नाही ना.
बरोबर. हो,
पण ते होतं, म्हणजे एकाच प्रकारच्या 2-3 कुंड्या असतील.
ओके.
Madam, I would like to request all the participants to post their questions in the chat box. Later, those questions will be mailed to Madam and she will answer to you all. This is an humble request. Thank you. We are running out of time, ma'am. For that reason, we are requesting you all to post your questions.
Just a minute, ma'am. I have given my mobile number. Anybody can ask their question to me directly through WhatsApp and I will answer those. It's okay, ma'am?
Thank you.
Time-wise, we can close this and everybody is free to ask questions on mobile. My number is there with me. Okay.
We have one question.
It's okay, ma'am. We'll stop here. Thank you.
Madam, here we have several questions, out of which one or two I am going to read it for you.
Yeah, okay.
Please
Sure.
answer the question, ma'am.
Yeah, sure.
How do you supplying a regular water to plants, madam? Due to harsh sunny rays, does the plants harmed, right, ma'am?
Yeah.
This is the question.
Okay. I have done drip irrigation to entire terrace, and thrice a day my drip starts for 3 minutes. So that's the way of watering my plants.
Dripping. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Madam, one more question. Hello, madam. The one major disadvantage we have is rainwater saturation of the ground. This happens when terrace will get too much of water which is absorbed by ground or soil.
Okay. So the question is related to ground gardening. Am I right?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Most of the time we are helpless for that, but if we can create some shades or some places where direct rainfall can be avoided. Otherwise, we have to shift our plants into pots. That is the more safest way. So instead of planting, at least for those who get destroyed by heavy rain, those should be planted in pots, and maintaining that those pots is more easy available option for us.
Okay, thank you, madam. One more question. How to do water management? Could you provide fiber waterproofing related details, please? Any contact? If you
Okay,
are
waterproofing.
in
Yeah,
Mumbai,
I have one
Paladhar.
contact. Okay, I'll give you that contact. The person is from Pune, but he can come for his work. It is his job itself. So I have done it from him. Mr. Just a minute. I'll go with him.
Okay,
Mr. Kabnur, Nitin Kabnurkar is the
Then
person.
we will post it to you in the mail. You can answer directly to them, madam.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I'll give his contact. Yeah, sure.
Will that be okay, madam?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Yeah, thank you, madam.
Okay, thank you very much.
Now, today's session feedback link will be shared in the chat box. I request all the participants to fill it. Thank you, madam. It was nice presentation. Now it's time to deliver a vote of thanks. I express my deep sense of gratitude to the resource person, Dr. Dhanashree Madam and Dr. Parimala Battase for sharing their experience with us. Once again, on behalf of our Kerala Society and College, I express my deep gratitude to both madams. We want to collaboration with you, madam. We will visit your garden. I thank our beloved principal, Dr. Uma V. Nerle Madam, for supporting all, being a source of constant inspiration to conduct this workshop. I would like to thank our IQAC coordinator, Sri Subhash M.E. Sir, and Srimati Shashikala Sharwad Madam, convener of Women Empowerment Cell. I express my heartfelt thanks to the office bearers. I acknowledge my gratitude to the teaching and non-teaching staff, organizing and technical team, our college, for their continuous support. I express my gratitude to all the participants for your active participation. Finally, I thanks again all for making this workshop a success. Thank you. Thank you, madam. Thank you, Anandal.
Please fill the feedback. Dear participants, please fill the feedback. The link is given in the chat box.
Done, sir.
Yes, sir.
You can copy the feedback link because we are shutting down.
Sir, when we will have the next session?
As we are ending the session, please copy the feedback link and fill the feedback.
ಒಂದು ಇದ್ರ ಫೈಲ್ ಇಸ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ ಒಂದು ಇದ್ರ ಫೈಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಫೈಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅದಾವನ ಹೋದ್ರ ಅವನ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಕಿದನ್ನ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಕೊಡ್ರಿ ಆಫ್ಲೈನ್ ಚಲೋ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸಾಕು ಮೇ 4 ದಿಂದ ಬರಾಕತ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು ಹೌದಲ್ಲ ಜೂನ್ ಜುಲೈ ಆಗಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಪ್ಟೆಂಬರ್ ಅಕ್ಟೋಬರ್ ನವೆಂಬರ್